Disaster at Christmas.
It was just about 7 o'clock we heard this almighty bang and the whole skylight. I was looking out in the back kitchen which looks over onto the A74, and it was the sky lit up and I heard this explosion, realised it was a plane coming down, so we just get down on the floor.
Rescue teams from all over Britain are heading for the scene of what looks to be Britain's worst air crash tonight.
Beth had gone to England to study for a semester abroad and was returning home on December 21st, 1988, when the plane, Pan Am Flight 103, reached a cruising altitude of 31,000 feet and something went horribly wrong.
This is where the impact occurred. There's a crater there some 30 yards wide, and to the other side of it, some 20 or so houses of which just the shells remain.
Pan Am's Flight 103 had been in the air for an hour. The 747 was en route from London to New York and then Detroit. According to Pan American, there were more than 240 passengers on board. For reasons we do not yet understand, the plane, with 50,000 gallons of fuel on board, plunged into a small Scottish market town.
The air inside Heathrow's bustling terminal was thick with the excitement of the holiday season. Travelers crowded the decorated check-in counters, their laughter and chatter almost drowning out the terminal's Christmas music, a comforting hum. Among them, a young woman hugged her mother tightly, promising to call as soon as she landed in New York. A businessman adjusted his tie and checked his watch, searching for a souvenir to bring home to his young son while he waited for his flight to begin boarding. Nearby, a family wrangled their luggage, their children giggling as they pointed out the towering Pan Am logo outside the window. At Gate 22, the crew of Pan Am Flight 103, aboard the aircraft named Clipper Maid of the Seas, welcomed passengers with warm smiles. The flight attendants adjusted their uniforms, exchanging small talk about the incoming passengers' requests and their own plans once they arrived in New York. In the cockpit, the pilots reviewed their pre-flight checklists, ensuring every switch and gauge was in order for another transatlantic journey. Out on the tarmac, ground crew loaded suitcases and freight into the aircraft's belly. Among the cargo was a brown Samsonite suitcase, unremarkable, unclaimed by any passenger at the counter, and checked through from a connecting flight. Tagged with a generic destination label, it blended seamlessly with the hundreds of other bags, concealing a secret that would soon explode into tragedy. The engines roared to life, signaling the start of what should have been a routine flight. But hidden within that ordinary suitcase was an extraordinary danger, one no one aboard could suspect. In less than an hour, the laughter, plans, Christmas holidays, and the everyday routines of those aboard Pan Am Flight 103 would be silenced in an event that would reverberate through history.